Telephone troubles. 10 years ago, the big problem was telemarketers. People calling at all hours to talk to you about your cable provider or their latest timeshare offer. These days, who can even get a human on the phone? I mean, how many of us have lived variations of this Amy Schumer sketch?
English. Representative. Person. Human person.
Ma'am, let me transfer you to our transfer department.
What?
Please hold for...
No, 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 no.
Been there, and joining me now are two guys trying to save us from all this insanity. The founder of the original GetHuman, that's Paul English. Paul, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And the co-founder of the GetHuman you see today, Christian Allen. Is that right so far?
That's right.
Great to see you both. So I love your original thing, by the way. Long before I knew you, I loved this thing. It was essentially a database. You went online and you found ways to essentially circumvent all the voice prompts to get to a human being. You've now added something called problem solvers, otherwise known as humans.
Yeah.
What's the point and why?
Yeah, well, the original vision was pretty simple, and I want to hand it over to Christian to talk about the problem-solving capability, but the original vision, as you said, was just about how do I break through these IVR, interactive voice response systems, to get to a human being. And we published secret phone numbers. We would do things like publish a phone number for a company. They would find out that we found about this secret phone. They'd change the phone number. One of the engineers of that company would email us and say, I work at Comcast. Here's the new number to the back office. So it was really almost like a wiki for public service information.
So apparently Paul's running this interview, not me. So what is it you're going to explain now? What are the problem solvers? Human beings, as opposed to you maneuvering yourself thanks to the database.
That's right.
You get a human who solves the problem for you?
Yeah, I mean, along the way, doing what Paul just described, we realized that, telling you that secret phone number, getting you through, shaving off a minute here and there, we just felt it wasn't enough, that we could do more for people. I mean, customer service still means waiting on hold and then possibly arguing with different reps, getting passed around. And we felt like we could do more and possibly do that entire process for you. So we have a team now of people that will actually solve your problems for you.
And I naively assume that this is just about because people hate waiting. I mean, there was a survey saying we wait 50 days in our life in line or something like that. But I read a quote from you saying it's also, and I think you're totally right, because a lot of us don't like confrontation. Is that part of the rationale here?
I believe so. I think a lot of us just aren't built to want to confront people. Usually when you're calling customer service, it's not just that you have to wait on hold, you have to talk to somebody, and usually it's about something, maybe there's an overcharge, it's something kind of confrontational.
And what's the most common thing? Cable problems, I assume? Is that it?
Someone's just asked me that, and cable companies certainly are a large share of them,
but
actually our number one right now is Facebook. And I know it's a surprise for most people. It's that a lot of new age web companies, it's not that they have bad customer service, but they have no live human being you can talk to, no customer service.
So can I go back to, am I allowed to go back to you now? And this is $5 to $25, is that what it is?
That's right, to solve a problem.
And what if they can't solve the problem?
If they can't solve the problem, the money is completely refundable.
It is?
Yeah, but the other thing you got to keep in mind about these people solving the problem, to Christian's point earlier, they're not just saving you time, they're sort of like your champion fighting for you. So they're fighting on your behalf.
So what's the success rate in this thing? What percentage of, how many complaints or whatever you want to call them, how many of these things have you dealt with in the last few months?
We've done over 10,000.
And what percentage of them have you solved the problem?
It's over 95% success rate.
For $5 to $20?
That's right.
So when you're getting screwed, if you'll excuse the expression, by an airline company or by Facebook or whatever, I looked at it today. You describe what the kind of problem, and then you click on this thing, and it's whatever the fee is. It says what the fee is. For that amount of money, they'll ask you more questions, and at some point they'll get back to you with a resolution.
That's right. We try to sort of let you hand it over as fast as possible. So that's part of it. Is we don't want to waste your time, and you shouldn't have to waste your time as a customer on things like this. So we quickly offer sort of that handover question there, and then you're done with it. Someone else in another, someone else somewhere else.
And your blood pressure stays good and you live longer.
You go back to the beach or whatever it is you do.
Let's get back to you. You guys both worked at Kayak together. You founded it and you sold over $1 trillion or whatever you did a handful of years ago. It's back. I mean, it seems to me the concept of, I'm calling it the new Kayak, I know you call it Lola, is that you were against humans before you were for them. Is that a fair description of the concept of this company?
I don't think that's completely accurate.
Because Kayak, everybody knows, you just type in your stuff and you get a flight and you get a hotel, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but now what's happening?
It's interesting because Lola is all about making a human connection and travel planning. A lot of people said, aren't you the guy who got rid of all those travel agents?
Exactly, you did.
But we didn't do it with the intent to get rid of travel agents. But the reality is, The industry has shifted a lot more online. However, in the US right now, I think the latest data from last year, 56% of travel is booked online, which means 44% is still booked on the phone. It's kind of shocking. So it's still a big market.
How's this work? How's this thing work?
So the Lola is it's an app. You can download it for your iPhone. It's in the App Store right now. And it allows you to message with the travel agent 24/7 about any planned holiday travel, any business trip. It can be anything from, I want to go to South Africa the first time. What should I do when I go there? What's
Where
a good
can
time
I
to
eat?
go?
What hotel should
Where
I
can I
stay?
eat? What hotel? What safari tour? It could be anything from a vacation you're planning next summer to I need to be in New York for lunch tomorrow.
And how do you pay for this?
Right now, the service is a free service. For anyone who signs up this summer, it's free. We'll be introducing 2 tiers of pricing in the fall. But if you download and sign up this summer, you get 1 year free membership.
Oh my God. So I'm going to try with you where I try with him. I mean, it seems the lesson that you have both learned is humans actually matter, that technology is terrific and it's advanced, but you need human intervention for things, whether it's travel or problem solving. That is the moral of the story, isn't it?
I think people are turning to services like this because they need help with something. And you can't always accomplish whatever it is, whatever your service is trying to deliver with just computers, not always. And you certainly can often provide a better experience if you incorporate humans.
30 seconds is all I have left, unfortunately. Mike Chambers, who I know you're either related to and you've done business with, you did these schools in Haiti thing with him. What was it called?
Summits.
Yeah. How valuable is technology in solving problems of poverty and those sort of things? Or are we overestimating? I know we only have 30 seconds.
I will say most technologists who work in the nonprofit world spend too much time thinking about tech. I have a great story. When I was, just real quick, I was visiting a school in rural Haiti, and they had smart boards. And I didn't have smart boards in the school. I grew up here in Boston, and I remember looking at these, and Mike basically said, we're not going to have smart boards in our schools, we're going to have smart teachers. So
Mike
it's
is the
more
guy
about
who came to
people.
the defense of the Sherpas. We had him here a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Great projects. Good luck with all of them. Paul,
All right,
it's great
thanks
to
a lot.
see you
Great to
again.
see you.
Good to meet you,
Appreciate it.
Christian.
Honored to
Good
be here.
luck.
Thank
and
you.
I'll be a user, trust me.